60 feet above a screaming stadium, a man is climbing a moving crane. Below him, 90,000 people are watching in stunned silence. He isn't a stagehand. He isn't security. He's a fan, and he's heading straight for Michael Jackson, who is suspended in midair, mid-performance. Most artists would have panicked. Michael didn't miss a note. As the stranger wrapped his arms around him, Michael simply wrapped an arm back around the man to steady him, kept singing Earth Song, and let the crane keep rising. It wasn't until the platform reached the ground that security finally pulled the fan away. That single moment, captured on video during the 1996 History World Tour stop in Seoul, has resurfaced online for decades, and it captures something bigger than one wild night in South Korea. For nearly 3 decades, Michael Jackson didn't just perform for his fans. He surprised them in ways nobody expected and in ways almost no other celebrity ever attempted. By the time that crane moment happened, Michael Jackson had already spent nearly 20 years as the most recognizable performer on the planet. Wherever he went, crowds gathered, airports shut down, hotels needed extra security just to move him from a car to a hallway. But what made Michael different wasn't just the size of the crowds. It was what he did with the attention once he had it. Where most stars kept at careful distance, Michael kept finding ways to close it, showing up somewhere unannounced, giving something away on impulse, or simply making one stranger feel like the most important person in the room. Nobody around him ever knew exactly what he might do next, and that included the people closest to him.
Oh man, don't worry about that. Don't forget about that. Come on, let's go on a Ferris wheel. He was like, I was making a big deal about, spilling something, because that's how Neverland is so magical and precious. But that was my very first time there. And Michael, I didn't meet him, but I met Michael later on, and then of course I went to Neverland several times, and he was there.
Actor Chris Tucker got a first-hand look at exactly how far that generosity could go. According to Tucker, whenever a guest at Neverland Ranch admired something, a painting on the wall, a jacket hanging in a closet, Michael would take it down on the spot and hand it over. That habit finally hit a wall the day Tucker admired Michael's customized Rolls-Royce. Michael just laughed and told him that one wasn't going anywhere. It's a funny story, but it's also revealing. This wasn't a publicist's idea or a planned photo opportunity. It was simply how Michael Jackson operated when the cameras weren't rolling, impulsively, generously, and completely on his own terms.
Favorite shopping mall. He told me he wanted to spend some serious money, and he wasn't joking.
This is the Venetian.
And when Michael Jackson goes out, every step of the way, there's a fan waiting to greet him.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tucker later described a trip the two of them took to a shopping center inside the Venetian in Las Vegas. Within minutes, the crowd around Jackson grew so large and so intense that security mistook Tucker himself for one of Michael's bodyguards, shoving him aside to protect the star. That was the reality of stepping outside with Michael Jackson. A quick errand could turn into a near riot in under a minute. Most performers would have stopped going out in public altogether. Michael didn't. He kept finding reasons to be around people, even when being around people meant total chaos.
Guys! Expecting much trouble here tonight?
No.
Policeman.
No, we're not expecting any trouble at all.
Okay, are you going to have a bit of a look at the concert?
Later on when everyone's gone in, the outside's been cleared, we probably go and have a bit of a look, yeah.
Are you a big fan of Michael's?
After the concert as well.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
Are you Michael Jackson fans?
Yeah.
Well, you will be after this anyway.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really good.
So who'd actually did the counting for the competition?
We both done the count and just Chad verified what I could.
Yeah. Did you expect to win?
No.
It's one of those things, you ring up thinking, oh, we'll never win, but I'll try.
Yeah, that's right. One of those unbelievable things, and it's once in a lifetime thing,
Yeah.
So
well, it should prove
really
should prove to be really fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great night. I think there's going to be a lot of disappointing people that didn't get here to see it.
And this would be a good thing to go back to school and say to your friends, I just met Michael Jackson on the weekend. Great. Okay, well, let's go down and get yourselves into the posse and things, and we'll probably have a talk to you afterwards.
In November 1987, in the middle of the Bad World Tour, Michael Jackson made an unannounced stop at the Royal Children's Hospital in Melbourne, Australia. He arrived with armfuls of autographed programs and T-shirts for patients who had no idea he was coming. Hospital staff later described the visit as an incredible boost for children who were seriously, sometimes terminally ill. There were no cameras staged for the moment, no press release prepared in advance, just a global superstar walking hospital corridors, kneeling beside stretchers so children too sick to lift their heads could still be photographed beside him. It wasn't a one-time gesture either. It became something close to a pattern. 6 months later, on the same tour, Michael did it again, this time in Rome. At the Bambino Gesù Hospital, no single visit made headlines the way his music did, but taken together, they built a pattern almost nobody else in his position followed. Wherever the tour stopped, Michael would find a hospital, walk in, and give people something they never expected. Not just a donation, but his actual presence. And sometimes, the visits weren't planned around a tour stop at all. Sometimes, they came from a phone call.
The problems that we see them make, somehow we can work it out.
In May of 1992, a 7-year-old girl was recovering in the hospital after being mauled by 2 dogs. Michael Jackson picked up the phone, called her directly, and personally promised her he would come see her. He kept that promise. There was no film crew documenting the call, no PR team announcing the visit ahead of time. Just a man who found out a child was suffering and decided the most useful thing he could do with his fame was show up. Moments like these rarely made the front page, but for the people on the receiving end, they were unforgettable.
Under the campus at Stockton's Cleveland Elementary School and opened fire with a machine gun. At the time, 400 to 500 first, second, and third graders were playing during their lunch period. When the rampage was over, 5 students lay dead, a teacher, and more than 30 students were injured, more than half of them critically.
A few weeks after a devastating shooting at Cleveland Elementary School in Stockton, California, in February of 1989, Michael Jackson traveled there in person to meet with the children and families affected. There was no album to promote, no tour stop nearby, just a community in grief, and a decision to show up for them anyway. It's easy to look at these stories individually and see isolated acts of kindness, but lined up together, Melbourne, Rome, a phone call to a little girl, a visit to a grieving school. They form something more consistent than random generosity. They form a habit. In 1992, Michael formalized all of it under one name, the Heal the World Foundation, funded largely by proceeds from his Dangerous World Tour. But by then, the instinct behind it had already been visible for years, in hospital wards, in phone calls, in a Rolls-Royce he wouldn't give away, and a television he would. That's really what made Michael Jackson different from other superstars. Fame for him wasn't just something to be protected behind gates and bodyguards. It was something to spend on strangers, on sick children, on a fan clinging to a crane 60 feet in the air who, for one unscripted moment, got closer to Michael Jackson than almost anyone in the world.